Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. We're getting right into today's video because, as you can tell from the title, I won't be going to Trinidad and Tobago. Y'all hear Joshua and my cousins on the phone in the background, and then it looks like my neighbor is mowing his lawn. And I need to film this video because I was supposed to film it like 2 weeks ago, I think. I can't remember. And I've been meaning to film it like throughout the week, but I really had a busy week this week. I'm super tired. I literally just woke up like this. Literally. Because we're gonna be getting ready together. So yeah, as you guys can tell from this video title, I'm not attending Trinidad and Tobago's carnival, Trinidad's carnival this year, because they do have two separate carnivals. So I won't be attending Trinidad's carnival this year. My heart is very, very heavy. I'm already having like major FOMO as I'm seeing like costumes that I was really interested in being sold out. And yeah, but I'm gonna share my reasons why I won't be attending. Joshua says hi, guys. Hi, Joshua. So yeah, and the agenda for today. So a couple weeks ago when I was supposed to film this video, I was actually supposed to go to the zoo with Will, but I fell. Even saying that sounds so stupid, but I fell at the train station while walking up the flight of stairs trying to get over the tracks. Didn't fall on the tracks, because I just want to clarify that, because when I was telling the doctor at the urgent care what happened, she's like, oh my gosh, you fell on the tracks. And I was like, no, I'm trying to get up over the overhead, and I fell just trying to, get over the tracks. Anyways, so yeah, I was walking up the step and my foot gets caught in my pant leg and I fell. And the fall was kind of slow-mo, the first one, because like even while I'm falling, I'm trying to like break my fall, but that didn't work. Like I dropped my phone, still have my handbag and my lunch bag like on my, like right here in my elbow joint and on my shoulder. Those didn't fall. My phone was in my left hand, my phone fell. And then as I'm falling, like I'm saying it's in slow-mo, I'm like looking behind me like, is there anybody seeing what's going on? Thank God there was no one behind me. And just when I like fell and I'm going like, okay, let's gather myself up, I hear a voice go, oh my gosh, like, are you okay? And I was like, damn. The lady that was ahead of me on the steps, I guess she heard the commotion when I fell and turned around and saw me on the floor, sprawled out. So I was like, oh no, I'm like, I'm okay. My foot just got caught in my pant leg. Take up my phone, take up myself, and she's like talking, because at my train station, or my local train station, the escalator has been broken for, I kid you not, at least 3 years, or at least 2.5 years, going on 3 years. We have not had an escalator that takes us up. So yeah, finally they're working on it, like construction. It looks like they're probably waiting for like permits to be like completed. I don't know, but for like I know for a fact it's been over 2 years that those escalators have not worked. So anyways, so I get up and I keep walking, and she's kind of venting about the fact that the escalators aren't working. So understandable. And she's like, oh, and the steps are like, they're so like steep, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, no, it's not the steps, it's totally me. Like my foot just got, my pants is just too long. And as I'm talking to her and walking up the step, literally took 2 more steps, boop, in times 4 or times 40, that's how fast I fell again. So she turns around. This time I'm totally discombobulated. Like, handbag went flying, lunch bag went flying, phone, I thought it was broken, to how hard it fell as well. I'm thinking, Lord of mercy. I'm out here saying I'm trying to hold off on getting the iPhone 17 Pro Max, not for the reasons that I've been seeing on social media, because everybody's saying that they want us to trade in the 13 Pro Max. Coincidentally, I still have a 13 Pro Max. And But I don't know if I totally like how it looks. But if that's the direction that Apple is going in, I guess I just have to succumb to it. But anyways, I was like, Lord of mercy. She was like, oh my God, like, are you okay? Bear in mind, it's the second time I'm falling. And I'm just like, yes, my foot just got caught again in my pant leg. And she came back down, because remember, she's ahead of me on the steps. She came back down and she like helped me get up and gather myself together. And this time I'm just like so tender. My knee instantly started swelling right away. Nail them break off, because I don't know if you can see, but I don't have any I don't have an index finger, I don't have a thumb, and I don't have a thumb over here. It looks like I went through war. And God see, I know, like, my knee just got like super swollen. I couldn't bend it, nothing. I literally had to call Will to come get me right there and then. So yeah, the zoo was not going to work out because I couldn't walk. I went to urgent care the next day because the swelling wouldn't go down. And I took an x-ray of my leg. It's like telling me, oh my God, you have all this fluid in there. Your kneecap shouldn't be that far up. I can show you guys. It won't be a HIPAA violation if I show you guys like what went on my leg. So she was like, yeah, where do you work? And I told her like, I commute to New York every day. That's why I was at the train station. I was coming home from work. And she was like, yeah, you can't go to work. You can't commute on this leg. You're going to have to work from home. But yeah, like, look at how far up my knee. Supposedly my kneecap shouldn't be that far up. So I had to get cleared by an orthopedic specialist to go back to work, because as you guys know, I commute. So yeah, the zoo was a bust. We didn't get to go to the zoo. And also I was just like being a big like fat couch potato while I was at home, so I also didn't get to film this video. Funnily, last week I did film the video that you're getting next week, which is a cooking video, the first of this kind that I've done for the channel. Because even when I used to film like from 2021, 2022, like I don't think I've ever done, I probably did one but I didn't post it, but I don't think I've ever posted like a cooking video. So I don't know how you guys will receive it. I don't know. Oh, he's blowing the leaves. That's what's going on. Because I was like, why are you at my window? But anyways, so he's very nice. He blows our leaves as well. But yeah, so I was just on like a little hiatus. But luckily for me, I only missed 1 week of content. But I also, like I said, I have like a plan, like a monthly plan that I go through and I do, because I'm trying to be like more intentional and actually like film on a schedule. I only missed that 1 week. I had a video that came out this Monday. I already recorded the video that should be released next Monday. Today is when I want to drop this one, and it's Saturday. So I have to film this, edit this, and have it uploaded by tomorrow morning, which is Sunday, because I want to make sure that all the edits and everything is like cleared so that it can be posted 12 a.m. EST, which is when we post our videos on Monday morning. So I literally have less than 24 hours to get this video out. Yes, I can rely on the video that I've already edited. Like I filmed last week and I already like pre-edited. I just have to do like some final touches. But I have my plan and I want to stick by my plan. So we're getting this done. Okay. So if you guys are seeing this video on Monday, the 20th of October, just know that I did it, Joe. I did it. Alright, so yeah, I'm just looking at the rest of, like, I have my notes here. So yeah, anyways, that's the update on fall. I was also telling you guys in the green juice video about like some dietary changes that I've been making. Glad to say I've stuck to it. I've only had, honestly, like my cheat meals honestly have not even been cheat meals, and I've only had such rare occasions since I like cheated. I had like a Coke the other day and it made me so sick. I don't ever want to drink another Coke again. I think that it's been a while since I stopped eating or consuming those like junk food. and I had the Coke because I thought the Coke was going to help. I just wanted like a crispy Coke, and it was one of our cheat days, and you know, Will was like, yeah, you can have it. I regretted it. It made me so sick. It made me feel so bad. I don't think I ever want or need to drink a Coke ever again. But so far, like, I have not even been missing. Like, I would crave it, and then I'm just like, no, Janae, you don't need it. I think whenever I crave fast food, I'm just like bored hungry and not actually hungry. So I might have just like a little snack, like a string cheese or something, and then I feel like so much better, like belly full. So I have not been missing fast food. I've been super consistent with cooking my own food. And I cannot wait to continue like this. So far I'm like down like 10 pounds, and I could have been down more in my opinion, because that's solely just like eating better. But I have not been able to hit the gym because of my knee. So I'm actually gonna order some knee braces today, because like the orthopedic specialist told me, like, you can resume to work, you're still gonna have pain in a knee that's not as sharp as what I was feeling, of course, like when I just fell, which is true. Like, I can't kneel, you know, on the knee or anything like that, and I do have like sometimes some surface level pain, like from the bruising that was there. But I think if I get some knee braces, I can at least resume working out. I just can't like hit legs as hard, but I just want to get back getting my steps in and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of like an update on that as well. And just in terms of just like news in regards, like housekeeping in regards to the channel, y'all, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I think I want to get there by my birthday. So if you're watching and you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, just make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that that post notification bell so that you're not missing out on new drops. And I have, like, we're in the cusp of the holiday season. I am like the Mariah Carey of my family as it relates to the holiday. Actually, me and my aunt, we're in competition. Like, we're going neck on neck with that. So I do have like some holiday content planned. Definitely don't think I'll be able to do Vlogmas because like work is crazy right now. I've been trying to juggle a lot of things all at the same time: work, school, social media, plus keeping up a social life. So I don't think I'll be doing Vlogmas, but I do have some holiday themed videos planned that I would definitely love to share. I did plan all the way out, and then we're doing Christmas in Jamaica, so that's also coming up as well. So we have holiday themed videos, like with just activities here in the US, and then we have Christmas in Jamaica, which I also cannot wait to share with you guys. So yeah, we have exciting content coming up. I wouldn't say I really have like fall activity contents planned because, child, I don't have the time. I really don't have the time. But that's just like the housekeeping matters in terms of the vlog. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Janae, and I honestly just like share, I want to say, realistic lifestyle content, because I'm a girl that works a 9 to 5 literally, and I commute, so it's more like a 6 to a 8 p.m. type of situation depending on how late I leave work. But I do have side quests that I do, you know, and I like to document them. And before, I wasn't consistent. Like, I've been posting videos on YouTube, if you've been here for that long, since like 2021, 2022, thereabouts. But every time I start, I kind of like stop. And then also when I become a little bit more consistent, as you can see, like scrolling through my previous videos, I would majorly only post when I was going on a trip. So vacation maintenance, my vacations, carnival. But now I'm trying to tap into what I've always wanted to do, which is lifestyle, and share beauty, share travel, share like lifestyle content, cooking, be transparent about like what I'm currently trying to work on as an individual. So yeah, if you like content like that, then I guess you can subscribe. But we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is in March. So if you're watching and you're not subscribed, tap that button. Okay, now let's get ready and let's get into why I won't be going to Trinidad 2026. All right, y'all. So, oh, by the way, if you're wondering why my skincare is in a bag, I woke up late yesterday morning and I needed to get out of here, so I had to pack it all up in like a baggie and take it with me. So that's why it's in a bag. So we're going to start off with why I love going to Carnival in Trinidad and Tobago, because this is not like, there's a thing in the Caribbean, right, where every time a country's carnival is like approaching or just passed, they like to compare the carnival experiences, and I don't think there's a problem with comparing, but it becomes like a whole debate. So someone is sharing their experience at another country's carnival, and then someone, let's just use Jamaica and Trinidad for example, like Jamaica carnival passed and people are like, well, dancehall shouldn't be in carnival, this is why Trinidad is always going to be like the mecca of carnival, and this, that, and the third, blah 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 blah. Like, I personally don't like that argument, because I think while, and I mean anyone that has traveled to multiple Caribbean islands and you grew up in the Caribbean, you can probably like attest to this, right? Where a lot of the Caribbean islands are very, very similar. However, they're very unique in their own way, right? So Carnival throughout the Caribbean maybe a similar experience. However, it does not have to be like, it shouldn't be a comparison, because I don't think all carnival experiences should be the same, because then what's the point, you know? I think each country should in fact be unique in some kind of way. So if you go to carnival in Jamaica and you expect to just hear straight soca music, I think that's unrealistic, because dancehall and reggae is like that's what makes Jamaica, you know what I mean? Like, that's something that's originated in Jamaica, and we may find some way, shape, or form to intertwine both. So anyways, I just hate that argument. So this is not a video to say which country is superior over the other, because if you're new here, honestly, Trinidad is the only carnival experience I've ever experienced before. I don't know what it's like jumping carnival in any other country, because I've only done it in Trinidad. Now, yes, I'm Jamaican, and yes, I decided to go to Trinidad my very first time jumping carnival. Honestly, I think I've already said this like on the channel, but I'll just repeat it. I didn't really expect Trinidad to be my first carnival experience. Actually, when I turned 18, I had plans to jump in carnival. I don't know how I expected that to happen, because I was still in high school, I was not working, I didn't have my own money, and I'm pretty sure my parents wasn't going to pay for me to jump in a carnival band. But I was probably going to just be like one of those onlookers on the side of the street. But I wanted to experience carnival when I turned 18. However, when I turned 18, literally like the week or two before my 18th birthday, the country went on shutdown, because I turned 18 in 2020. So the pandemic hit and coronavirus ended up coming to Jamaica. There was like 3 cases at the time, and they decided to do like a 2-week shutdown that turned into I never went back to in-person school. So yeah, carnival was then postponed, you know, I think until like the following year, July or something like that. So I've never had the experience. So I remember in 2022, I went to Jamaica for a family, like one of my family members had passed, and I went to Jamaica for an extended weekend. And I was on Instagram, I came across Tribe's Instagram page, and it was around the time where, you know, this was November, so final payments were coming up for like your add-ons, and certain sections by that point, because if you know, like the bands in Trinidad launch in like the summertime, towards the end of summer, July, August, thereabout. So at that point, like costumes were all sold out and whatever, and I remember saying to my cousins, like, let's jump Trinidad 2024, because this was 2022 and they had already sold out for 2023. So I was like, let's jump Trinidad for 2024, and we made it happen. You know, we were like, go big or go home. So yeah, I documented that whole journey. I actually created like a playlist with all my carnival content. So you guys can go back and like just watch through all the videos on that playlist. It really, I think it's very helpful for people who are thinking about going to carnival. I know they're specific to Trinidad, but there's like little tips and stuff that is universal. You can use it for whichever country you want to jump in, essentially. But yeah, so I really love jumping carnival in Trinidad. Just like the whole atmosphere from the point you land at Piarco, mad vibes. You have I guess the carnival tourism board. They're outside. They have the I don't even know what you call them, the men that's on like the sticks like out there. You have the calypso band playing, and you have the girls dressed up, and it's not even like just modern, like skimpy carnival costumes, but you have like the traditional costumes and stuff like that. So as soon as you get off that jumbo jet, you're going right into an experience. Trust. So I love that. And I was actually, this is so funny because it wasn't in my notes, but I also just wanted to mention, like I'm currently waiting for the bands in Jamaica to drop right? So far, Exodus has released their costumes. And I was saying to my cousin, I was like, I wish they had like a band launch, because like all the bands in Trinidad, like they have like a launch and it's like a huge thing. I would definitely want to experience it because it seems like a vibe, so I was like, I wish they had like a band launch, and from band launch I think just like the carnival season just start from right there. So I can't say 100%, but it seems that way. Like seems like the fetting begins from the moment the band launch. So I want to experience a band launch. We'll see. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I think it's a whole experience, like just even like the fetes and another club, no sleep, I'm just on like go when I'm in Trinidad. The first time I went though, we didn't experience that because we didn't know any better. But as we like made our way around, and the locals were like saying, oh, what fete are you going to? I was like, well, we didn't plan on going to any fetes. We were just going to jump carnival, and we're literally out like the next day. And they're like, no, you don't get the full experience like that. So this year when we went back, we did M.I.A, we did Lux, we did AM Bush, we did Soca Brainwashed, we did Try Blast Jam. I honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, I didn't necessarily like it, but my friend was telling me that that's like an event that you have to be drunk for. So I totally understand it. I don't know what I was experiencing, but I wasn't about like walking laps around Soca Drum. I couldn't do it. But yeah. I feel like I'm rambling at this point, but yeah. What I'm just trying to say is like the culture is unlike any other. You go to Trinidad, you don't hear nothing but soca music the entire time you're there. Literally, was the day after Carnival is when we're driving around listening to the radio, and they start playing like a mixture of different songs. But when we land up until Carnival on Monday and Tuesday, it was straight soca, nothing but soca. I didn't know the radio playing nothing but soca. Oh, the day after, we were on our way we were just running some errands. And I hearing Keisha Cole, I hearing dancehall, I hearing this, I hearing that. I didn't know that the radio stations in Trinidad played other genres, but that's just they're embedded in this soca mentality leading up to Carnival. It's actually like just insane, and it's an experience that I think everyone should experience. Just saying. So I just wanted to ramble about how much I love Trinidad and just try to explain that this is not. I don't like Trinidad. I'm actually very, very, very sad that I'm not going back next year. But like I said in the beginning of this video, this girl, I work a normal job. I'm not rich. I have other like plans that I want to achieve next year. So like as much as I'd like to do both, I cannot. And you're going to know why, because I'm now going to switch into why I'm not going to Trinidad next year. Alright, I changed into my I also had to pack up like my everyday makeup because yeah, yo, your girl just have issues waking up early in the mornings for some reason. I don't know why. So anyways, reason number one for not going to Trinidad is very simple. No Tia. Well, she didn't decide. Tia has like a conflict with the carnival schedule, so she would not have been able to make it to carnival. Now, I was like really sad about this, but I was still planning on attending because I had already decided like what costume I wanted. I had already decided like we had already paid a down payment on an Airbnb. That's how committed I was, y'all. Even though we were trying to stay in a hotel, but we had just reserved this Airbnb, and I'll get into like the reasons, of course, like whatever. So yeah, so Tia wasn't gonna be able to attend, and Tia is my carnival bestie. Like we do carnival together. Like I just could not, like, I mean, I guess I could because I was still planning on going, but it just didn't feel right on the inside. It didn't feel right, like, not going to Trinidad without her, even though I did try to still plan it, but I just was not, like, I just was, like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just like a feeling, like, I just could not imagine not going without her. So, of course, that had to be my first reason why I wasn't gonna go. So, reason number one, no Tia. The next reason is, of course, the lack of accommodations. And I don't want to say like the lack of, but just like the difficulties of getting accommodations for Carnival. I definitely spoke on this like this year for sure when I was talking about like preparing and stuff like that, but this year 2025 we had such a hard time trying to find somewhere at a reasonable price. I feel like everything was just like so expensive compared to the first year where we waited last minute to oh crap, we gotta leave soon. I might have to finish this video later on because it's 1:13 and we have to leave at 1:30. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer. Or let's see if I can run through it. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
I didn't realize how much time had passed. I guess I spent too much time in the shower. Anyways, so yeah. The lack of that like option, like accommodations was just so hard to get. When we got back in March, I started inquiring for next year, like towards the end of March and like early April, right? And like some of the locally owned hotels were like available, but they required you to like pay a non-refundable deposit. There was one that actually required us to pay like the full amount, which wasn't that bad. I think it was about like $3,000 something for both me and Will together. However, it was like non-refundable, so we weren't comfortable, like, cause again, like even though we really like knew that we wanted to go, like we still weren't 100%. And like you'd want to reserve the room if it was like a non-refundable, like less than $1,000 deposit, then okay, fine, whatever. But you want me to pay $3,000 and I'm not even 100% sure, because life literally can happen and plans have to change. So I wasn't comfortable doing that at all, and we didn't go with that. So I'm like looking through Airbnb and stuff to see if I can find like some really good options, and some of them required like a minimum stay. Some of them, like, just the ones that I was seeing, it was just like extremely expensive. I'm just like, what the hell? We wanted to stay close in Porto, Spain, and like it was just like giving, I'm gonna break the bank. Now I was like, why don't we just stay like on the outskirts? Because it's just gonna be, we're planning where it's just gonna be me and Will. And Will was like, well, for the convenience it would be better if we just stayed within Port of Spain, because it's not like we're gonna have like Rashawn driving us around and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, but I could drive because Will isn't like 100% comfortable driving on the left side of the road. I mean, he grew up here and he like lived in Costa Rica, but they drive on the right and not the left. So and then the fact that we'd be doing that in a rental, like he just wasn't 100% comfortable with that fact, and that's understandable, you know. So I was like, we could drive, but he was like, yeah, but then you're not gonna enjoy the feds to the fullest extent and whatever. So we were just really having like a hard time. So we ended up finding though like an Airbnb, and it was really really nice. The price wasn't bad, and we're like, okay, let's just pay a deposit on it to reserve it. We were still trying to like stay with one of the hotels in Port of Spain, but like the major like hotels, Hyatt, Hilton, they and like the Marriott brands like Bricks and stuff, they or Brie, however you pronounce it, they were not taking any reservations just yet. Like I literally reached out to them and they're like, oh, the booking isn't open for that far out, so you're going to have to essentially wait. And I was like, I don't want to wait. And then we end up like snoozing and losing on an Airbnb. So we just reserved it, and then we would have been able to cancel like we did and get our deposit back anyways, which is what I like. So that's what we ended up doing. So anyways, I was just kind of like fed up with that fact. I even tried to see if we could do like packages through some travel agents, and like the travel agents want like $6,000-$7,000 per person for like a double occupancy room. And I'm just like, I can pay that same $7,000 and get a hotel room, because I think one of those major hotels, they had released their bookings and it was like 7,000, I think, for a room for me and Will together. And I mean, I guess like the you get like round trip transportations to and from FET and stuff like that, but I just thought that was like pretty steep, because that's like $14,000-$15,000, you know, for me and him to just jump, and that don't include like costumes. It includes some fets, but not a lot of fets. And some of the fets is like the first I've ever heard of them, and I didn't think I was going to actually go to them because I had my own list of fets that I would want to go back to. Like I would want to do Soca Brainwashed again. I would want to do Picnic. I would want to do like AM Bush, you know, and I'd want to go back to M.I.A because these are like some of the fets that we did last year, and I really enjoyed it. So I'd want to go back and do those fets. Some of them were on the list, some of them weren't, and I just was not having it. So yeah, that's the other thing. Like accommodations is really really hard to get. It's very competitive, and it's like it just felt like super expensive for some reason. And I think that's what like had me fed up, you know, like I just couldn't do it. I just felt like there was just this overall like commercialization. Like it just felt, not the experience, not the carnival experience being commercialized, but everyone's just trying to capitalize like so bad off the people who are coming to the country to celebrate carnival. And I couldn't find it in me to like commit. I really couldn't find it to commit. Like I was already having issues like going without Tia, and then like here comes all of these like high costs, and I'm just like, bro, what the hell? What am I doing? What am I actually doing? So I canceled my Airbnb. I canceled my rental car. Like I even had a rental car reserved already as well. I just canceled everything that I had already like committed to, and I was just like, I said to Tia, I was like, I don't think I want to do it this year. I don't think I want to do it this year. I really don't. I even tried to look into like the cruise that goes there, like my Epic Carnival cruise, and like it was just like, bro, for this money I could be going to freaking Bora Bora at this point. Like I could be flying commercial or coach to Bora Bora for a week and having a good time. And then like again, like these prices didn't include like costumes. Oh, let me put some mascara on just in case in case it runs and I mess it up. I really miss my lashes, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. So yeah. So anyways, so I have decided to jump. I wasn't gonna say it on the video, but honestly, like I've been posting about it on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Janae. I'll put the spelling here on the screen. But yeah, so I decided that I'm gonna jump in Jamaica's carnival next year. I think it's about time I experience it. So see you guys on the road in April next year in Jamaica. Still trying to decide like what band to jump with. Like I mentioned, like only Exodus has launched so far. um I love their costume, the sprinter section. It eats down. So that's kind of like what I'm eyeing so far. Most of their sections did eat. I think I liked all but like one section, to be honest with you. But everything ate down for Exodus. I'm waiting to see what Gen XS is coming with. And then I just like found out that Anna IXE is going to be the creative director for Yard Mass. I've loved Anna since I was in like third form of high school. I think that's when I discovered her. And that was like so many years ago, 2015. Yikes. So I've been a follower of Anna since then. And she's like really creative. She actually designed she has a section with Spirit this year, which I wanted to jump with, but Spirit, like they made registration a lot easier. But when I went to register, and I guess and this is just everything working out because again I wasn't 100% committed. Like I wanted to go, but I wasn't 100% committed, I can say. So when I went to register, I didn't know my measurements because usually they don't ask for like your measurements. You just give them what panty size, what bra size, and that's it. But Spirit wanted like your measurements for your waist. Okay. Alexa, stop. They wanted the measurement for your waist and all of that, and I did not have that. So and then by the time like I had to get a tape measure. I don't even own a tape measure. So I had to like get a tape measure. By the time I was about to go get a tape measure, the section had sold out. So yeah. But I wanted to jump Panther with Yuma. That section was eating. Like I loved it so much. As it's a section by Crave, which works in collaboration with Yuma. I jumped with Crave last year and their costume at down. So I wanted to do it again, but I was just like, I was literally about to register, and I said to Will, I said, I don't think I want to. And then I reached out to Tia and I was like, would you do Jamaica? If we do Jamaica? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, then we're gonna do Jamaica. But right now, like just seeing all the posts and stuff like that, like I have major FOMO, guys. Like I really have FOMO. I don't think I need the. Okay, so my face is finished. Yeah, I have major FOMO. Let's get a lip gloss. I don't know how I'm going to manage. I can't wait to see all the baddies though out on the road. Like I'm gonna be living on Instagram and TikTok on February 16th and 17th because I want to see all the baddies. It's like hours later because I literally ran out of time while getting ready. So I didn't get to finish the video properly. So we're gonna do that now. But I just wanted to tell you guys, like, you know, just to recap everything. So I genuinely love jumping carnival. My cousin actually asked me today if I was going to jump carnival in Trinidad again, and I broke the news. I was like, nope, no Trinidad this year, but definitely I will be back. I have a goal to jump carnival in like all Caribbean countries. By the way, my eyes look crazy. I was laughing so hard in that circus. I had a little teary-eyed moment, especially over here. So don't be watching that too much. But yeah, so I definitely would be back to Trinidad. I would definitely love to be able to like go to multiple carnivals for the year, but for right now that's just not the reality. So we have to choose. Now like I said, I'm gonna do Jamaica next year. So see you guys on the road in April, and also stay tuned for Jamaica 2026 content. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting for all those bands to launch so that I can decide like which one I really want to jump with. I see one that I like a lot from Exodus. So if Yarmas and Gen XS does not come, um, I know that I have the section in Exodus that I really love that I would choose, but I think I may be leaning more towards Gen XS. It's so weird, but anyways, Gen X, because Crave, who collabs with Yuma, does or should have a section with um it should have a section with Gen X. Um and Crave costumes usually are really nice. The costume that I or the section that I jumped with for this year with Yuma, it was designed and like marketed by Crave, and it was really nice. The quality was good. Like I was literally in love with my costume. So let's see if Crave is going to deliver. But yeah, and then like I said, Anna IXE is the creative director for Yard Mass. However, I am hearing like a little bit of like mixed reviews that Yard Mass don't have it together. So we'll see which band I end up jumping with. So I'm very excited for that. And then I have a couple more countries, of course, that I need to get to. So it's, the reality is that if I keep going back to Trinidad, I'm never going to accomplish my goal of jumping with multiple, like jumping in multiple countries. So I'm gonna just have to, stick, how do I put it? I'm gonna just have to sacrifice this year for sure. Um, and probably I'm just trying to say it's not that I'm never going back. I'm going to go back, but I just have to. I have a goal that I'm trying to accomplish, so we're gonna just work towards said goal. So maybe like in the next 2, 3, probably 4 or 5 years, I'll be back. But definitely, Will said to me like Carnival in Trinidad is not going anywhere. So, you just have to decide like, are you gonna keep going or are you going to just switch it up? Like, try 2 new countries and then go back. Stuff like that. So yeah, that's like the mind frame that I currently have in regards to that, but I am very devastated that I won't be going. I'm gonna have major FOMO. I know that for sure. Okay. And yeah, I'm just gonna be on I'm going to be living through TikTok and Instagram. I have a few influencers that I'm going to be watching their content to, feel as if I am there. But yeah, so anyways, if you haven't done so already, check out my previous videos about Carnival. So if you're going to Trinidad or if you're planning on going to Carnival in any country for the first time this year, check out my previous videos. I have videos, that just talks about like the experience, things I wish I knew before my very first time jumping. And yeah, just check those out and you guys should be okay. So yeah, anyways, I am gonna get ready for bed. Well, actually, no, I'm gonna get ready to get in bed, but to do work. I have homework that I need to get done. I also need to edit this video and get it out for a Monday morning. So I have a lot that I need to catch up on, and I had a fun day today, but oh. By the way, I'm gonna just say this just in case like my video comes across anyone that's in like New York. I went to the UniverSoul Circus today. It was in New York at Weequahic Park. And it's heading, tomorrow is the final day in New York, but it's heading to, I think, Coney Island in New York. It was a very, 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 very good show. There was like a section that's like dedicated to the Caribbean, and they were playing like the soca music. They had the girls dancing. They had like the stick figure. I can't remember what they're called, and it's so funny because I was talking about them in today's video. But like, just an amazing presentation for the Caribbean culture, for the African culture as well. Just like a beautiful show, right? So my ticket was about $50. They did have like a ringside section that was a little bit more expensive, I think like 70. But honestly, where I was sitting was not far from the ring, and like you had excellent views regardless. But yeah, I think you guys should check it out. It was very, very fun. I think I may go back to another show because I was telling Will about it, and I was telling him that I think he might like it as well. So if you guys happen to be in the city, especially Brooklyn, I think you guys should check it out. It was really fun, very entertaining. The kids loved it, and I love it. So I think it's fun for everyone. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, be interactive. And I'll see you guys in next week's video. Bye.